I had a really great time this summer, slowly navigating up a French canal from Nancy to Verdun. In addition to the incredible French countryside, villages, chateaux, and churches, getting to know the barge owner and his partner and to hear their story was really quite wonderful. Kevin Hartwell, an Englishman who loves to travel, left a well-paying job working for Robert Maxwell.
No such thing as a good job working for Robert Maxwell.
His plan was to find the perfect French barge and outfit it so he could take 4 paying guests on trips up and down the canals of France. He found it and bought it in 2004. Renamed the Nilaya, it was built in 1922, one of 3 identical barges originally gifted by their father to 3 sons. 2 were destroyed in World War II, and the Nilaya, in fact, was appropriated by the Germans and, had Operation Sea Lion, the Nazi invasion of Britain, taken place, it would have ferried troops and equipment to the English beaches and been abandoned. Kevin sold his house and spent the next 2 years working 12-hour days, refurbishing the Nilaya as a nautical bed and breakfast. In the course of overhauling the Nilaya, Kevin taught himself to be a carpenter, a plumber, an electrician, a diesel engineer, a painter,
and don't forget gardener as well.
Yes, gardener. The Nilaya would grow their own vegetables. Kevin had to become a chef as well, of course, a barge pilot. Kevin was working on the barge under a bridge in Nancy, France, when he lucked out and met his future partner, Isabelle.
Yeah, I was the troll under the bridge, and she happened to be wandering across all the time.
Kevin fired his crewmen and hired Isabelle as crew now that she had become his significant other. The canals of France have many locks, short, narrow, confined spaces.
Watch out for the bumps.
In which the water level can be controlled with gates and sluices. Kevin maintains that the lock operators are not the brightest workers in France. At one lock we went through, the lock tender was extremely slow-moving as he went about his business, and Kevin's frustration built.
God, this T-shirt's brighter than he is.
Kevin and Isabelle now ply the waterways of France from April through October, 20 weeks with 4 paying guests for a week or so at a time, with 2 weeks before and after the season for boat maintenance, painting, engine work, improvements, and so on. That leaves 4 or 5 months during which Kevin and Isabelle are free to travel. Sri Lanka, India, Australia, New Zealand, who knows where next. When Kevin bought the barge, he renamed it Nilaya, which means heaven in Sanskrit.
We were very lucky to be able to create our own heaven in the heart of France.
Indeed.